Petco Park in San Diego has not been kind to the Giants this year, but last night they got all the offense they needed with home runs from Brandon Crawford and Joe Panik. Jeff Samardzija did the rest by pitching a 3-hit shutout as San Francisco broke a 3-game losing streak. Tonight, Giants go for their second straight win in Game 2 of the series. Next. We've got another night here in Southern California as we come to you from Petco Park, Game 2 of this 3-game series. Giants Padres, welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the Giants got everything you would want out of a start from Jeff Samardzija. They got 2 home runs. They played solid defense. It was truly a good night last night here in San Diego. Now they're looking for the same.
Well, give the ball to Matt Moore. If you look the last 3 starts, he is starting to show the consistency the Giants have been hoping that they could get from Matt Moore all year long. You look at the 20 and a third innings that he's pitched, he allowed just 14 hits. He struck out 19. So he looks to build upon that. The Giants offensively, they're going to be facing a sinker baller tonight. Luis Perdomo gets more ground balls than anybody in the National League. So how do you beat a sinker baller? You look up.
Stop killing worms, says Bruce Bochy. Get the ball in the air. All right, we'll have fun tonight here at Petco Park. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our NBC Sports Bay Area studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
On NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. By State Farm, protect the things you've worked really hard for with auto and renter's insurance. Talk to an agent today. By Jack in the Box. Come try the new $4.99 Smoky Jack Burger Combo with small fries and a small drink. Limited time only. And by the 2017 Jeep Cherokee with an EPA estimated 30 highway miles per gallon.
Well, back here at Petco Park as we get ready for the Giants and the Padres, our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open every day. Visit beachboardwalk.com for details. 78 degrees. You see the winds and humidity, and it's San Diego. That's all you need to say. All right, let's take a look at the Giants starting lineup. It is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Span, Pence, Parker, and then the Panda Crawford. Joe Panik, he's hot, followed by Hundley, Jones, and Matt Moore. That is the same lineup as last night.
On the hill tonight for these Padres will be the sinker baller, Luis Perdomo. Perdomo, he's a youngster, 24 years of age. He's in his second year at the big league level, 6'2", 200 pounds. Out of San Cristobal, Dominican Republic. Take a look at what he has done at 23 starts, 6-8 with a 4.84 ERA. As we mentioned, you're going to see a lot of sinkers. I mean, he leads all major league pitchers with a 63.1 ground ball percentage, meaning 6 out of every 10 balls that gets hit off him gets hit on the ground. And so you're going to see a lot of sinkers. Understandably, he's also got a slider and a changeup. Lots of movement. So how do you hit a sinker baller? Well, you look up. You look for him to hang one and then get after it. In 5 appearances against the Giants, all starts, he is 1-0 with a 3.94 ERA. Let's take a look at the Padres defensively behind Perdomo, starting in their outfield from left to right. It'll be Pereira, Margot, and Blash. They're good arms in center and right. And Solarte, Spangenberg on left side, Asuaje and Myers on the right side. Austin Hedges, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
And the first pitch of the ball game is at 7:10. Span last night went 0 for 3. Did draw a couple of walks, as Larry Vanover calls that a strike. Marquez, Rackley, and Fairchild from first to third.
Vanover's got a wide, low strike zone.
There's a base hit to left field, and that opens up the ball game.
Let's take a look at our Nissan keys to the game. We're going to check out the matchup between Joe Panik and Luis Perdomo. Panik has got some ownage, 7 for 13 lifetime, and 3 of those 7 hits are doubles. And also for Matt Moore, strike 1. We saw how effective it was last night with the Shark, Jeff Samardzija, and that will be one of his keys. Get on top of these Padre hitters early, and those are our Nissan keys to the game.
And here's Hunter Pence. Pence at 256. 2 hits last night. And he shoots one up the middle for a base hit. That's not wasting any time. I'm going to bring up Parker. If you're going to get a good sinker baller, it's wise to get him in the first. Get them when they're not tired.
Well, the more tired they get, the more sink they get. First inning, you're a little pumped up, and with the velocity, you can oftentimes throw through your sink. So, ball up, hittable, and for Pence, nice back control going back up the middle.
Here's Parker. Parker 0 for 4 last night and 0 for 4 lifetime against Perdomo. That's not wasting any time, as that's foul. See the double plays Padres, that Perdomo can get.
They got the 2 combination. They also have Clayton Richard of the Padres tied with 24.
No balls and 1 strike. Pablo Sandoval to foul. No Buster Posey tonight. Probably not tomorrow.
Posey nursing a thumb injury in his left hand.
Outside to Parker.
As he mentioned, Larry Vanover is a low ball umpire. It's a wide zone, but the width is inconsistent, and you will see some rubbernecking with some of the hitters looking back at some of the wide strikes.
Myers. Not in time. No. What is that all about?
Well, Jared Parker adamant that Alfonso Marquez, the first base umpire, did not get the right call. So very quickly, Ron Wotus on the phone.
I mean, I don't think this was even close, to be honest with you.
Upon further review, I mean, I don't know if the Giants will challenge that. It looked like a tie to me.
Here's your double play. Parker could not have hit the ball any harder. And we were talking about Will Myers and his ability to play some first base defensively. That was a great play.
Well, and he's got a great arm. Boom. Can't challenge that one.
So here's Sandoval. Out of play. Giants have hit the ball hard 3 times, and right now they don't have anything to show for it. Hedges with a nice block. Sandoval 0 for 4 last night.
One thing about Perdomo, I mean, with sinker balls, you're going to see a lot of stuff down around the knees or below, and that really is the strength of Sandoval. Good low ball hitter. Perdomo has never faced Pablo Sandoval. So they're getting acquainted here in the first inning.
Crawford's on deck. Tap foul. I guess the weather's a little nasty in the Northeast, huh?
The weather's been nasty in a lot of places.
Philadelphia, postponed. New York, postponed. Although Washington is playing. Here it's 2-2 with Span at third.
That is the last thing teams want to do this late into a season, is have to postpone a ball game. I mean, it's got to be nasty.
Well, both the Yankees and Cleveland involved in races. Not so much Philadelphia and Atlanta, as there's the walk. Our Togo big play the Togo's way last night. Brandon Crawford, his home run off Jolies Chassin, gave the Giants a 1-0 lead. Two for 9 lifetime against Perdomo. The D-backs jumped out on the Dodgers, huh? 5-0 in the first inning. Down low. Now it's 5-1 in the second. I guess Rich Hill got knocked around.
Coming off an amazing start where he took a no-hitter into the 10th inning. Perfect game into the 9th or 8th.
It's 2-0 to Crawford.
Ballpark tonight, I mean, there is none wind. And that's very rare to see, not even a trickling of a breeze. You look out at the flags over center field, I mean, there's just nothing in the air. Very pleasant evening for baseball.
Not close. a rocky first inning, although Perdomo hasn't a lot of run.
Crawford has been red hot. Giants would love to get Joe Panik up. We talked about his lifetime numbers against Perdomo. They're all good, 7 for 13.
Crawford laying in the weeds. It's 3 balls and 1 strike.
He handles that 3-0 count well. I mean, he's got a couple of home runs lifetime in the 3-0 green light.
He likes it.
As hot as he's been, let him go. Get a good pitch to hit.
Here's the 3-1. Hit well into left center field, but looks like it's playable. And Pirela puts it away. No runs. 2 hits, 2 left. The starting lineup for the Padres, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Margot, Asuaje, and then Pirela. And then it's Myers, who's eaten up the Giants this year, although he is in a slump right now. Solarte, Blash, and Spangenberg. Hedges will hit 8th and Perdomo 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be Matt Moore, the 28-year-old lefty, 6'2", 215-pounder. Take a look at his numbers in 26 starts, 4-12 with a 5.38 ERA, but that doesn't tell you the whole story. He's had some inconsistencies this year and really has fought to find his mechanics. The last 3 starts, he's been very good, and the Giants are very excited with the work that he has put in to finally find some mechanics that he can trust. When he's right, you're going to see a fastball that'll go low to mid-90s, more mids than lows. You'll see a curveball, changeup, cutter combination. And lifetime against these Padres, he's only faced them 1 time. He's got no record. He went 6 innings and gave up 4 earned runs against him earlier this year.
Here's Margot hitting .270, and he looks at a first pitch strike. Padres only had 3 hits last night. Margot, he didn't have any of them. He was 0 for 4. Rolls this one foul, and it's 0-2. See if Matt Moore can follow the same strategy of Jeff Samardzija. In the words of Mike Shannon, Strike 1.
Strike 1. Last night, Samardzija, 26 of 29 hitters. He got strike 1.
There's the Shark who gets to enjoy this one. Maybe enjoy tomorrow and then start thinking about his next start.
Yeah, it's pretty magical coming to the yard after a shutout the next day. And he was fantastic last night. Boy, did he mix his pitches well. Just in total command. Just barely over the 100 pitch level for the complete game.
Hit out to Parker.
Well, we're talking about Jeff Samardzija. What do you say we To our smart play, it's brought to you by your California Ford dealers. And last night, Samardzija with his 4th career shutout, 3 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts, all on 102 pitches. He was masterful, and that's our Ford smart play. That's how it ended.
What did Bruce Bochy say? I love shutouts.
He loves shutouts. He loves home runs. So last night was a perfect game for the skipper. Samardzija got the shutout. Panic with a 2-run shot. Brandon Crawford with a solo.
Aswahe took an 0 for 4 yesterday. He bounces this one. Panic's going to get up and throw. Got him. Nice play. So one second baseman takes one away from another.
That is a Gold Glove play from a Gold Glove player. Let's take a look at the Giants defensively tonight. Starting in the outfield from left to right, it'll be Parker, Span, and Pence. Good arms on the corners. Crawford, Sandoval on the left side of the infield. Panic, and Ryder Jones on the right side. Nick Hundley, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs. And take a look at the range of Panic. Stops it and then slides to his back knee. And Aswahe just got robbed.
You don't have a lot of time. And that'll end the inning. After 1-0. Panic to lead things up. Efforts to help victims of the devastation caused by Hurricane Harvey by visiting ucaring.com/MLB supports. All of us aware of what's happening. It is a tragedy. Here's Panic, who takes outside and high. 1 ball and no strikes. Panic yesterday hit a home run. Ball strike, which for Joe was his 8th of the year. We mentioned the ownage, 7 for 13 with 3 doubles. And a base hit to left field.
Right on cue. Time now for our Jeep drive of the game. You mentioned Joe Panic with a big swing last night. Here is that 2-run shot off Phil Maton, and that was in the top of the 8th, and right off the foul pole. Talked to him about it today. He says, you know what, if it would have gone foul, he says, I would have started crying right down halfway in the baseline.
Well,
our Jeep drive of the game.
He missed one on Friday off of Zach Greinke. Hundley, 1 for 4 last night. Taps this one to third. Spangenberg kicks it off the glove of Solarte, and if Joe Panik hadn't slipped a little bit at second, he could have made it to third. So it's going to be an error.
Well, ball kicks off of the glove of Spangenberg, and then it kicks off the glove of Solarte, and there's the opportunity to overtake another base. But the point you make about Joe Panik hitting second base and kind of slipping on it, he lost his footing, and that was it. That was the discouragement.
Ryder Jones takes a strike. Jones at 191, 1 for 3 last night. And he pops one into right field. Here's Matt Moore.
Well, Brandon Bell is still fighting to get back into the active roster, still on the concussion disabled list, but he is not forgotten.
Not here, you're right.
Miss that guy.
So Matt Moore, who's got 5 hits this year, will likely be laying down a bunt, of which the Padres are defending it already. Spangenberg and Myers are in, and there's the bunt foul.
Bunt should go down the third base line. A little bit easier for lefties to bunt the ball down the third base line than right-handers. It's easier to push than to drag or pull.
Bunt foul again. It's 0-2.
Yeah, right now he's got to get that bat head out in front so he gets a better look at it. Bat head's behind his eyes, and that's not where you want to have that bat head.
Yeah, if your bat head is pointed towards the dugout, it's going to be a foul ball.
2 times.
Perfect. And now it's going to have to be a good play, and it's not. Coming in to score is Panik. Spangenberg throws it away, and it's 1-0 Giants. Matt Moore went from having a horrible time trying to lay a bunt down, and then he lays down a perfect bunt.
The bunt of the year. And Spangenberg knew he had to come in there and hurry right off the end of the bat. Now, about halfway down the line, Matt Moore starts picking up the pace a little bit, and there's the swing by Spangenberg. So it's going to be a sacrifice for Matt Moore and an error, a second error in the inning from Spangenberg.
He's on his way to a Bob Brenly inning.
No, they just ruled it a base hit and not a sacrifice. Wow, generous.
So here's Span. Span takes low. I think you're correct. I think if his throw would have been on the money, he would have been out.
By a bunch.
But nobody's arguing. We're all in a good mood here in San Diego.
Yeah, it's hard to get upset in San Diego.
Span opened up the game with a base hit. 2-0.
Giants had Perdomo on the ropes in the first, and they couldn't capitalize. And another opportunity here, Golden.
And a strike.
Don't think about a sinker baller, boy. He really has to have good defense behind him. there's a breakdown defensively behind a sinker baller, he's in trouble. Because he is a guy that normally pitches to contact, not a big strikeout guy. It's not his strength. His strength is putting the ball on the ground.
Down the right field line, and that's ripped hard. See what Matt Moore is going to do. He's going to be held at third. Span with a double. It's 2-0. Bernard Span.
Stay hot. I mean, down and in, and he just drops the bat head on. I mean, that's a 94-mile-an-hour sinker. 2 times now, Span has hit bullets off of Perdomo, and that's going to bring out Darren Balsley, the pitching coach for the Padres, to try and calm this young 24-year-old down.
Hunter Pence will be the hitter.
You know, the beauty of the double is that it takes away the force.
Absolutely. So Hunter Pence will hit. Padres are going to play the infield back, at least at short and second. And Pence takes a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Oh, they're close.
Just up it outside. Now you may throw the same pitch and you may get it. I mean, that's the one thing about Vanover is he's a little inconsistent on the corners. Sometimes you get big ones, sometimes they dry up and they go away. It kind of goes inning to inning.
And tight 3-0. Hey, if you're Hunter Pence and you like it, give it a good rip.
Oh, totally. Get after it. Looking for a little elevation with that sink, something you can get airborne.
There's a strike.
That 3-0 count is really a count that you're more than likely going to see the ball elevate because he knows it's a get-in situation.
There's the walk.
Oh, and an easy take on the 3-1 with that slider in the dirt.
.37 pitches, 2 runs, no knockout punch yet. Here's Parker.
The Giants, they've struggled with the runner in scoring position at bat. Coming into tonight's ball game, they were hitting 071 as a team. So they're due.
And a first pitch strike to Parker.
Nice little breaking ball to steal strike one. You're not going to look for anything but a sinker baller off Perdomo early in the count.
And now Parker's going to have to swing.
Front door sink. Take a look at the call here. I mean, it's right there on the corner. Beautiful pitch at 95. Right back in there and added on at 96, and he did not miss by much there.
So it's Moore at third, Span at second, Pence at first.
Good pitch.
Good take.
Good take indeed. You have a 1-2 advantage trying to strike a guy out. It's such a great pitch. If you throw that thing down the dirt, he may swing and miss, and even if he puts it in play, he's likely to get a ground ball. But from Parker's perspective, nice take, as you say.
Got him.
right back on that front door sink. And Parker is livid. Take a look where this pitch was. Once it's called a strike in the count, I mean, you've got to cover it if it comes back. That was not that far off from the one that was called a strike earlier in the at-bat.
Sandoval, left center field. And it's going to be Margot who reaches up, and he makes the catch. Padres stay in the game. Giants scored twice.
Dwayne Kuiper hit a home run off Steve Stone. Let's listen to Joe Tate recapture the moment.
1-0 pitch to the left-hand batter. He drives one down the right field line, headed for the wall. It's gone! Dwayne Kuiper just hit his first major league home run. How about that?
Hey, look at Dwayne on those bases.
Oh, is he one happy ball player?
Look at Buddy Bell waiting for him.
Dwayne Kuiper just hit his first big league homer.
And my partner played 12 years, and that would be his lone round tripper. And hey, happy anniversary.
Yeah, 40 years. Wow.
You were one happy ball player.
Where did it go? Here's Myers. Buddy Bell, after that, hit a line drive to left. Andy Thornton hit an inside the park home run. And then Bruce Bhakti hit one out of the park. I think I was an inspiration.
Well, Steve Stone's still a little sore about it.
We'll discuss that next week. There's a foul.
That's right, next week. Next road trip.
Let's play.
There's Dave Greshner, Giants head trainer.
By the way, don't hurt him.
Yeah, you can't hurt the trainer. Dave Greshner, South Carolina Gamecock.
We are not going to say ugly finder. He's got his 3 girls in Arizona would not appreciate it. There's a base hit for Myers. Here's Solarte. Solarte last night went 1 for 3. And the first pitch runs inside for a ball. On the ground towards the hole and a base hit. So the Padres have intentions of stringing together some hits against Matt Moore, and this is going to be Jabari Blash.
Last time the Giants were in San Diego, they saw Jabari Blash, who had just been called up from AAA, and he went down there and he solved his problems. He was the hottest man on the planet. He had a great series, hitting everything. They sent him down there because he was having some problems with the inside pitch, and that's not uncommon for a guy 6'5". Lots of power.
Jabari Blash did get into the game last night as a pinch hitter. He was 0 for 1. On the ground, could be a pair. Crawford shovels to Panic to Jones. So it works both ways.
Well, that's how they draw it up. Now, Perdomo, as we mentioned, he throws more ground balls than anybody in the National League. Matt Moore is a fly ball strikeout guy. But here, pitching for the ground ball, a two-seamer, down and in, and he gets it tailor-made. Crawford, Panic, Ryder Jones. Grab some pine, meat.
So here's Spangenberg. 268 with 13 home runs, 44 runs batted in. Two for 3 lifetime against Matt Moore. And a foul back, and it's 0-1. And the strike at the knees, 0-2.
Good location on that inside corner. And there's a lot of left-handed pitchers that have a hard time throwing the inside strike with the fastball to left-handed hitters.
Did I just see that 95?
When his mechanics are right, the ball comes out of his hand so easy, and you see a lot of mid-90s velocities. And these last 3 starts, he has been very good with the mechanics.
Foul to the backstop.
Again to the inside corner, and with conviction. I mean, he's not Jimmy jacking around with any breaking balls. I mean, he just pounded his hands with hard stuff.
Outside. Foul down the left field line and out of play. Slowly hit. This is going to be a tough play, and nobody's going to be able to make it. Hey, not much you can do. You know what that's called? An RBI single.
Well, it's going to look like a line drive of the paper tomorrow. And it keeps things going here for the Padres. Spangenberg has got good speed. If If he gets in that area, that little Bermuda Triangle between the mound and first base, it's going to be a tough play for Moore. He falls off towards the third base side. Ryder Jones left his position thinking he had to go get after it, and then all of a sudden you got nothing.
So here's Hedges.
What was the exit velocity on the Spangenberg swing of the bat?
62.
62 miles per hour. But very effective. Got to be careful with Austin Hedges here. He'll bushwhack. Got good power. Hedges only hit 214, but he's got 16 homers and 49 RBIs, so he has done some damage. And with the pitcher on deck here, you've got to really, really think about location. Good changeup. Seems like when Matt Moore gets into a good set of mechanics, the changeup comes alive. Fastball got a little more hop, but the command of the changeup is at right there on his fingertips. Can do whatever he wants with it.
In the left center field, that's going to fall. Fourth hit of the inning.
Matt Moore's had a little bad luck. A couple CNI ground balls, swing and bunt. Then he comes back, makes a good pitch to Hedges, hits it off the end of the bat.
Perdomo 4 for 34. Tap to Crawford. Crawford now gets a tricky hop, but he hurries in time to get the out. 2-1 Giants.
Backs are brought to you by Clean, Crisp Coors Light. On this date in 2005, Matt Cain made his major league debut against the Rockies at age 20. Drafted in 2002 with the 25th overall pick. And there's Matt Cain. On a quiet night here in San Diego, And what a career this guy has had in the Giants uniform.
Crawford's going to lead things off. Crawford hit a fly ball to the left. And he takes down low. Crawford out of play. On deck is Joe Panik. Breaks his bat. Myers to Perdomo. Well, the Cardinals join the Giants at AT&T Park Thursday, August 31st through Sunday, September 3rd. On Sunday the 3rd, the first 20,000 fans are going to receive a cable car replica courtesy of Denise Ebright and AT&T. sfgiants.com.
Let's go, Denise. Yep, they've got their colors on. Wearing them well. Lots of Giants fans in attendance.
Panik takes a call strike. The fear now is that you let Perdomo off the hook and then he settles in.
Well, the point you made about fatigue helping a sinker baller is absolutely true. Sinker ballers get all pumped up the first inning. They got a big fastball and they throw right through their sink. As it starts to wear off a little bit, they get a little tired, and all of a sudden the sink gets big. Command gets better. Bill Lee, who used to have left-hander, he was a sinker baller and a big curveball. He used to run 4 miles when he played with the Montreal Expos. That's what is the distance between his house and the ballpark. He would run 4 miles to the ballpark the day that he was pitching, just so he would be tired.
Up the middle. Solarte will get up and throw, and they got it.
Beautiful play.
So Panik has a hit taken away from him.
Solarte really makes some nice plays going to his left in this series. Did not stand around very long. Knew he had to get up. Watch how quickly he's 360s into his back leg and the balance point, and an absolute strike to Will Myers. That's a gorgeous play. Yep, sinker ballers appreciate that kind of effort.
Hundley reached on an error in the second.
I always thought that was a pretty good strategy for Bill Lee till one day he was running the ballpark, got hit by a cab.
Yeah.
We didn't get hurt.
No, that's still not good. Sharply on the ground. And that'll end the inning. 3 ground balls, and it remains 2-1. Top of the order coming up. A Johnny Cueto autographed jersey on Instagram. All you need to do is follow at NBCS Authentic on Instagram and find the graphic shown and tag a friend. Random winner will be chosen in the comment sections on Thursday, August 31st. It's a 2-1 lead for the Giants, and Matt Moore now is going to have to face the leadoff hitter. John Miller is here. Dave Fleming is on assignment. Darren Chan in the background. John standing?
John is standing. He just got his cue from Darren Chan.
John will be in next inning. Be headed over to the Cambiar side for 3 innings. In tight to Margot. 1 ball and 1 strike. Close, but nothing there. It's 2-1. Three and 1.
Now this becomes a big pitch. A lot of throws in the bottom of the 2nd inning for Matt Moore. It was a stressful inning, and you don't want to get in the next inning and lead off walking the first hitter.
Hit out to right. Hunter Pence moving back. 1 out.
And that's a nice win for Matt Moore on a 3-1 count.
So here's Asuela. Bounced out to second. So he's 0 for 1. And right on the inside corner.
We watched Jeff Samardzija last night really mix his first pitch up. Change-ups, sliders, cutters, curveballs, everything. And Nick Hundley's doing the same thing tonight with Matt Moore. Cannot ever overestimate the importance of a veteran catcher.
Down the left field line. Parker will keep that to a single. So Pirela is going to hit.
One thing about Asuaje, he's not a base stealer. He's only tried 1 attempt this year, and he was thrown out. I mean, Asuaje, you look at him, he's got good speed. You wonder why he doesn't try and steal more. So far, it hasn't really been a big part of his game.
Myers is on deck. Pirela lined out to Ryder Jones to end the first inning. A bunt. And Moore will pick it up and throw, and he throws it off the runner, and it's right to Panic. And thank goodness Panic was there. So that'll be a base hit.
Got to be a base hit. Giants really catch a break as Matt Moore came around 360s. He hurries the throw. It hits off the spike of Pirela, and as it hits off his foot, it kicks right to Panic, who was back in the play up, thus preventing Asuaje from going over to third. So it could have been a whole lot worse with Asuaje's speed. I mean, if that ball gets down past Joe Panic to right field, I mean, he scores.
So here's the tough Myers, trying to work his way out of a slump. And the pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes. He's got speed on the bases. Sandoval in foul territory. 2 outs.
Breaking ball jams Will Myers. The curveball was really been giving Myers a lot of problems this year. He's not hit well against the curveball from lefties or righties. I mean, you look at this one and you're thinking that's got some hang to it. And for a guy like Myers who's got great power, man, that's an opportunity, and he gets jammed with it.
Solarte with a single in the second. Wait, ain't gonna miss.
On that inside corner with 92, and that was a perfectly placed fastball.
And the next pitch is high.
Right now, I don't think he has the curveball. Matt Moore's got the fastball, and he's got the changeup, because most of his curveballs right now, they're up.
Close.
Matt Moore started heading off the mound. If he throws a curveball now, I mean, he's got to think, I've got to bounce it. Here's another fastball attempt, and that did not miss that inside corner by a bunch. The way that Solarte's taken that, Nick Hundley may go right back in there again with another fastball.
Hits a left, and Parker will put it away, and that'll end the inning. So John Miller will be in. I will see you back here in the 7th. It's a 2-1 lead for the Giants.
Giants are going to take on the Diamondbacks at 105. The first 40,000 fans are going to get an Alaska Airlines 2-for-1 voucher. Offer valid on Alaska Airline flights. Restrictions apply. You need to go to sfgiants.com and get your tickets. They're always available. Right now, we're going to the top of the 4th inning. It is 2-1 Giants. And here to tell you all about it, my pal, John Miller.
All right, thanks, Mike. Jarrett Parker, and he takes a called strike. I said Jared Parker. This is another rookie, Ryder Jones. I beg your pardon. Solarte, and one away. So Ryder Jones is 0 for 2 in the game. This is one of those games where the Giants had all kinds of opportunity in the first couple of innings, and they ended up with just the 2 runs. And I'm sure feel like they should have done more than that. And now Perdomo is starting to settle in. The big chop goes foul on the first base side.
And when he settles in, like a lot of sinker ballers, he gets a lot of quick outs within 3 pitches. Giants have been aggressive on him. They've been swinging a lot of first pitch sinkers. They're up there looking for the sinker, and that's the beautiful thing about a sinker, is even when guys are looking for it, it can still be effective.
One ball, one strike. Moore got a bunt for a hit his first time. And a wild swing on that fastball. And it's 1-2. Did he swing? Check swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Giants got 2 runs in the second inning. 1 scored on the bunt by Moore. He got credit for a hit, but the throw from Spangenberg to first base went down the right field line. 2-2. And that is a strikeout. So 2 down. And the leadoff man, Denard Span, will come up.
He's had 2 really good at bats against Perdomo tonight. It's a little bit of a pause right there. Any kind of funkiness is good, provided it keeps you in balance and it doesn't alter your throwing mechanics to where you're hurting your arm. Anything that can make that guy think about something other than your release point.
Could hurt the batter's feelings.
Yeah, that's what you're out there trying to do. That's the goal.
Cut the outside with that slider. Strike 1 called. Denard Span, who had not had a hit on the road trip, tonight is 2 for 2. A single leading off the first inning, and then an RBI double in the second. And 3 for 3. He kind of blooped that changeup into shallow center for his 3rd straight hit.
Denard Span can get hot. I mean, this past June, he had 40 hits in the month of June. And he's got it going tonight.
Hunter Pence comes up. Pence comes up with somebody on base, and that is the optimum situation for Pence this year. He's hitting around .330 with men on base this year, and .201 with the bases empty. And that foul ball, strike 1. There are 2 American League hitters who have similar kinds of numbers, and Pence is sort of in the National League in the class by himself there, hitting about 125, 130 points higher with men on base than with nobody on. With men on base tonight, he's had a single and a walk. Span back to the bag. 2 down here. Span does not do a whole lot of base stealing. He's had 8 steals, but he's also been thrown out 6 times trying to steal. Each team with 6 hits in this game. We're in the 4th inning. Span back again.
Those throwovers are being called by the bench. Padres skipper Andy Green. sensing that Span might go. This really is an ideal time for a leadoff hitter to go with 2 outs.
And the pickoff throw to first, knocked down by Myers. It bounced in the dirt from Hedges.
That's a pretty good pitch right there. They didn't get it. Watch the location of this pitch. I mean, that's one that if you're on that mound, you want. Check that runner.
Well, Myers standing off the bag, and he never really moved back to the bag on that pickoff throw.
Well, that was called by the bench too. Looked a bit odd.
One ball, one strike. Spangenberg in a hurry. And just in time. One hit, one left. Matt Moore back to the mound.
BC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Big O Tires. Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust. By Kona Brewing Company. Enjoy some ice cold liquid Aloha tonight. And by PenFed Credit Union. Do better with your money at PenFed. It's easy to apply and no military service required. Apply today at PenFed.org.
Petco Park, San Diego. It is 2-1. The Giants are leading the Padres. Jabari Blash high and deep left center field. This one is way, way back there. Second deck to tie the game.
For Jabari Blash, I mean, he's 6'5", and big tall hitters, they like the ball down. And that is right above the knees, out over the plate. He gets extended and gives you an idea how much power this guy's got as he goes second deck out the left center. That was impressive.
So it is 2-2. And here is Spangenberg, who knocked in first run with an infield hit for the Padres in the second inning with 2 down.
The old saying in baseball, you pitch the tall guys up and you pitch the short guys down.
And hit him.
Well, a lapse in concentration.
guy hits a home run off you, you've got to have amnesia. You got to forget about it. You got to get right back into making a pitch to the next guy. And a home run can take your concentration away. Especially one that was hit like Blash hit. That was impressive.
We really haven't seen too many go into the second deck that far out into left center field in this ballpark.
We have none. But hey, if you're going to give up a home run, give up a good one. Just get it out of your system. Give up a tape measure.
Jabari Blash, who is from St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
I mean, which one are you going to feel worse about? The one that gets hit in the second deck or the one that hits the top of the fence and bounces over?
That would bug you.
Yeah. Only one thing worse than that. That's an inside the Parker.
Well, Jabari Blash, and he actually runs pretty well, but he's got the power to do what he just did, and that's why they're so intrigued with him. Well, he has not thrown a strike since he hit Spangenberg with the pitch.
Well, he's about a ball away from having a visit from Dave Righetti.
At the knees for a strike. The StatCast estimates the home run 415 feet, which it doesn't sound like that long a home run.
Well, how high was it though?
123 feet at its apex.
Well, see, that's a big one.
Way out there in the upper deck. That is pulled foul by Hedges. Hedges is the second leading home run hitter on the Padres ball club. 16 home runs this year. Padres have hit a lot of home runs as a team. Jabari Blash's home run in this inning, number 159 for the Pods. And this is a ballpark that he used to say was one of the worst places to hit home runs. There have been a lot of home runs hit here this year. That's ball 4. So he's given him 2 free base runners since the home run. That is his first walk of the game. And Hundley's out to speak with him. Brandon Crawford will get in the picture here. There he is.
They're going over the signs of the runner at second base. But right now, I think Hundley's walk out to the mound was well timed just to try and calm the anger down. A home run will tick you off, but a walk will even make you madder, as will a hit batsman. So basically, after the home run, you're seeing this rally created for absolutely nothing. It's for free.
And you got the pitcher now. The thing is set up nicely for him to lay down a bunt, which is not to say that it's guaranteed he will. He hit a 2-run triple in a spot just like this against Moore in San Francisco last month. He is showing bunt. The Giants have the rotation play on, and that ball down around his feet, pulled out by Hundley, ball 1.
Yeah, right now Matt Moore's out of whack.
Meanwhile, Glenn Hoffman, the third base coach, comes in to speak directly to Perdomo. A lot of managers like for the batter when he's showing bunt, that shortstop breaks to cover third base. I'd like to see him go ahead and swing away. He has 3 triples this year. He has 4 hits total. 3 of them are triples and 1 double. Well, that time Crawford bluffed that he was heading for third, and sure enough, Perdomo brought the bat back to swing, but he took ball 2.
You've got to throw a strike. And right now, Matt Moore does not have a command of his release point. When it happens to him, it usually happens to him out of the stretch.
Spangenberg at second, Hedges at first. 2-2 the score. And he bunted at it. and missed it.
And that's help right there.
Crawford again bluffed as if he were heading for third. Perdomo showed bunt all the way there.
See the bluff from Crawford, and then the ball down and in. And Larry Vanover, played umpire, ruled that Perdomo did indeed offer, which I think was the right call.
He bunted it, but foul. Crawford again bluffing toward third. 2-2 the count. The leadoff man, Margot, is on deck. Some more. That home run just kind of took him out of his game. And he's trying to get it back together here with nobody out and 2 men on. Bunted right back to Moore. And Pablo saved the day on that one. Pablo might have hurt himself stretching out to take that throw.
Well, if you watch the way that Matt Moore gets to this ball, you have to get your lower body ready to throw to the base you want to throw to, but he sets it to second base. Then with his lower body geared towards second, he kind of sidearm wings it over to third. And he was saying it should have been anticipating third base. That's where the play should have gone. So his lower body thinking second, and he winds up getting saved by Pablo Sandoval as he digs it out of the dirt. That could have been disastrous.
Here's Margot. Now Hedges, the catcher, is at second, and Perdomo, the pitcher, is at first. Margot has flied out to left center and flied out to right. He's 0 for 2. Ball and a strike.
I mean, Matt Moore right now is struggling to get his concentration back. I mean, he's making a lot of little mental mistakes in this inning, and it all started after the long home run from Blash. Hit batsman, a walk to Hedges. Then his lower body sort of forgot which base he should have been throwing the ball to.
Popped up foul and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Aswahe, a left-handed hitter, is on deck. Well, I hope Pablo didn't hurt himself stretching out over there at third base.
He's feeling it.
That ball is hit deep. Way back there. Off the facing of the upper deck. And now it's a big inning. A 3-run homer for Margot. 5-2 San Diego.
Coming out, going to try and fix things here, a little repair job mentally and physically. Ball down and in, and Margot, I mean, he knew it, and right as he left the batter's box, he knew this one was not coming back. Off the facing of the second deck. Wow. Now this inning has just slipped right through the fingers of Matt Moore.
Well, Jabari Blash led off the inning with a home run with nobody on, just 1 run. This one really hurts. 3-run homer. Now strike 1 to Aswahe on the foul ball. He has grounded out to second and singled to left. Margot took that pitch down. 420 feet was the estimate. Strike 2. 13 home runs for Margot. Still 0-2. Cash hit a very soaring, towering kind of a home run. Margot's ball was just a liner with a lot of backspin. It seemed like it just kept going up. And that is the strikeout.
That's the best curveball he's thrown tonight. That's his first strikeout. And there was some anger behind that pitch. 3-run homers will do that to you. This one he got out front. I mean, that's some good snappage on it. He's really had a hard time getting that curveball down.
So 2 down in the inning, 4 runs in, and here is Jose Pirela. Ball 1. Well, the big inning, that has been the bane of Matt Moore's year. Big innings and trying to stay out of them. Jared Parker, inning over. Pirela is retired, but 4 runs on the board. And the Giants are going to have to crank it up now, trailing 5-2. Parker, Pablo, and Crawford coming on. Five to 2. Jared Parker comes up against Perdomo. And they right into the defense out in right field. Asuaje throws him out, and Parker is 0 for 3. Giants will be home Thursday night to play the Cardinals in a 4-game series, and Saturday will be Pediatric Cancer Awareness Day presented by Esurance. There's a special event package that includes a Buster Posey bobblehead as well as your ticket to the game. To get the bobblehead, you'll need to purchase the special event ticket, and you can do that at sfgiants.com/special events. Help support the Buster and Kristen Posey Fund in their efforts to raise awareness for pediatric cancer research. Pablo Sandoval, strike 1 called. He has walked and lined out to deep left center. Right to Solarte. 2 down. Meanwhile, after the Giants had all kinds of opportunities in the first couple of innings, they came out with 2 runs is all. And now Perdomo is on a roll, and he's got the lead. Giants have only had 1 man reach base since the 2nd inning.
Well, Perdomo had a little overthrow going early in the game. That's not the case now. All that first inning anxiety is worn off, and he's locating that fastball down around the knees, and he's getting big time sink.
Strike 1 to Crawford. Crawford is flied out to left center and grounded out to first. 5 runs, 8 hits for the Padres, and 2 errors. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Giants. 1-1. Two and 1 the count now to Brandon Crawford, who's been the Giants' hot hitter, but Perdomo has handled him tonight so far. Although Brandon hit the ball pretty well in the first inning, but into an out in left center field. Luis Perdomo is only 24 years old. He has great stuff, and he's kind of learning at the big league level.
Well, and he's still, I mean, he doesn't even throw a 4-seam fastball. I mean, that's where his growth is going to go. Then he'll, you know, develop the changeup a little more. It'll become a more dominant pitch, and then he'll change the grip on the changeup. Learn you can use the changeup just like you do with the fastball, changing your grip from 2 to 4-seam. Right now, his breaking ball is the slider, and it's a good one because it's got some tilt. It's not a flat slider. He gets some pretty good drop with it. I think it's his best strikeout pitch.
3-2 the count. High and foul, and this will go back out of play.
But it is a lot to ask of a young pitcher to learn how to pitch up here because it's unforgiving up here. The lessons you learn up here, you have to pay for. And it's usually batters just putting a thump on you to figure out how to get out of innings when you don't have great stuff, how to read hitters types.
And he strikes out Brandon Crawford. 3 up, 3 down. 5-2. Will Myers coming up.
Is presented by the authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
Last of the 5th inning, Matt Moore back to the mound, trying to put the pieces back together after everything came crumbling down around him. In the 4th inning, a couple of home runs, 4 runs total. And Will Myers will lead off here. Big rip at that one, back to the screen. Strike 1. Myers has singled and scored a run and fouled out to third. When Moore faced the Padres back in July in San Francisco, the Padres had a 4-run inning against him in that game. That was the 4th inning. And then in fact, it started the same exact way. Will Myers led off that inning with a home run last month. And then suddenly he couldn't get anybody out. He did, however, settle in after the big inning and gave the Giants 6 innings, and the Giants actually chipped away and came back against the same pitcher, Perdomo, and won that game in the 12th inning, 5-4. 2-2.
Well, he's really struggling with his command. I mean, that's kind of how his year's been. It's been inconsistent. I mean, about a month ago, he went through a 3-start period where he was dominant, and then all of a sudden it was gone. And then he got into another 3-start run. These last 3 starts leading up to tonight, and he threw beautifully. 21 or third innings, he allowed 14 hits, struck out 19. I mean, he gave him a chance to win every time out. And you're thinking, all right, he's finally figured out his mechanics. And then tonight, it's been a step backwards. He really hasn't had the curveball. The only really great curveball he threw was an 0-2 one to Aswahi, his only strikeout. That curveball there is another hanger right up there around the belt. It has not been there for him. Right off the top of the foot.
Inflicted some punishment to Will Myers. But he's back in there now. 2-2 the count. Fastball. Crawford, that ball got there in a hurry. 1 away.
Well, the Giants Insider Podcast is back at NBCSportsBayArea.com, brought to you by Max Muscle. And you can log on each week as Insider Alex Pavlovich talks baseball. Giants Insider Podcast with Alex Pavlovich on NBCSportsBayArea.com. Also available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and Spotify.
Solarte now. Yangervis Solarte from Venezuela. They got him from the Yankees a couple of years back when they traded Chase Headley to New York. And that's back out of play.
Did you say Headley?
Headley went to the Yankees. Myers is going to go with the trainer. He's hurting. Off the inside.
When you hit a ball off your foot and it's the middle of a ball game, there's not a whole lot a trainer can do for you. I mean, the only thing you really need is an ice bucket and some time.
Curveball up too high.
That has been the problem. Up too high with that breaking ball has not been his friend. And if you're Nick Hundley, I mean, you really can't call that pitch. Moore shook off. He wants another curveball.
Well, got a strike with it. Maybe not the way he wanted to get the strike with it.
Well, you know what happens when a curveball goes bad on you? It gets a little hump in it. Normally when you throw it, you want it to look like it's flat in the eye of the hitter, then break. If you've got a little bump in it, a little rainbow arc in it that the hitter sees, then it becomes a pretty easy pitch to do something with it. It's also a tough pitch to command once it gets a little hump in it. And that's what Moore has done tonight with his curveball.
2-2. Right there. Strike 3 call.
Now that's a backdoor cutter. That was a beautiful pitch.
Jabari Blash coming up.
Well, the 4th inning, there's a hanging breaking ball, and Blash gets every bit of it. Hits a home run number 5, a second decker.
That started the 4-run 4th inning rally. He takes a called strike. Got the low strike on that one. Blash is 6 feet 5 inches tall. They got him from Oakland a couple of off seasons ago in the Yonder Alonso trade. The big part of the yard span, and that is a 3-up, 3-down inning. 6th inning now. Panic, Huntley, Ryder Jones coming up.
the Unlimited Baseball Break brought to you by T-Mobile. And tomorrow's starters, well, it's going to be a couple lefties going at each other. Ty Blach for the Giants, taking on Travis Wood. The coverage begins at 5 p.m. on NBC Sports Bay Area. And join us if you would as the Giants close out their 6-game road trip.
On one the count to Joe Panik. Panik singled in the second inning, starting a 2-run rally. The Giants' only runs of the night so far against Perdomo. Look at the movement on that one. Back over the plate, the high strike. It's 0-2.
He does not lack for stuff.
Hanging, and Blash, he caught it. The head first dive. Nice play.
Now the hardest play for an outfielder is a dive when you're diving straight in towards the field. And for Blash, who's 6'5", got a long reach, he uses every bit of it. What a great play. Joe Panik was robbed.
Somebody call a cop.
Somebody call a cop.
Nick Hundley will come up now.
How do you say "you demand" in Spanish? Because that's exactly what Luis Perdomo just said.
And he said it in Spanish.
Yeah.
And caught with a leap by Solarte.
Yeah.
Now he's the man.
The definition of a snake bit inning. And we're watching it happen. Giants with 2 good at bats from Panik and Hundley, and all they get is what the little bird left on the rock. Hundley has been swinging the bat well, bullets this one, and look at the high backhander from Solarte, right in the sweet spot.
So here's Ryder Jones, who's flied out to right, grounded out to short. 0-1.
Well, all you can do is hit it hard. You try to remind yourself if you're Joe Panik or Nick Hundley.
0-2. Matt Moore is out on deck. Giants bullpen has started working. That one missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There is Albert Suarez. So he'll be ready just in case. They might pinch hit for Moore if Jones gets aboard. We're in the 6th inning. That ball is smoked right center field. Jabari Blash cannot get this one. And that's out on the spot. Could well have been a triple if it had stayed in the yard. A double, an automatic double for Ryder Jones.
Let's take a look at the 2-strike mistake. 96 right at the top of the strike zone. And Ryder Jones got a flat swing. He likes that pitch of belt high and above. Catches this one with a backspin. So Matt Moore's night has come to a conclusion as his offense tries to pick him up.
Carlos Moncrief, the rookie, will be the pinch hitter here. And the Padres have action in their bullpen going too. The left-hander Buddy Bauman warming up.
Well, we know one thing. Andy Green is not going to let Perdomo pitch to Denard Span again, and he's on deck. So if this inning extends with Moncrief getting on base, you will see Bowman rather. So Darren Balsley has said his piece. The Padres are very protective of Perdomo, as you would imagine, the young 24-year-old.
So Moncrief, the pinch hitter. He's had 3 hits in 13 previous pinch hit at bats. couple of runs batted in.
You know, and he's made a lot of hard contact too. He hasn't always gotten hits in a pinch hit role, but he gives you a good at bat, and he's had 3 or 4 times where he's hit the ball right on the button and it's found a glove.
The Giants are intrigued with his ability to do that, just coming up one time in a game.
Well, the other thing too is most impressive about it is that, look, he spent 10 years in the minor leagues. He's a professional hitter. He learned to hit, but he doesn't know anybody up here. So he's learning a lot of these pitchers and seeing them for the first time. And you're disadvantaged when you're seeing a guy's stuff for the first time, especially in a 2-strike count.
Ryder Jones at second. Margot. And that's it. Just a high pop up. 6 in the books now for Perdomo.
Area is brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. By AAA. Get a free canvas backpack. Restrictions apply. Go to AAA.com/roadtrip or to a AAA branch for details. By Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Petco Park, San Diego. The Padres leading the Giants 5-2. As we move to the last of the 6th inning, the Giants with a pitching change. Suarez is in when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
How about Suarez, the new pitcher now for Bruce Bochy? 11th time he's come in. For Suarez, 23 strikeouts in 18 2/3. At times he has been very, very good. Other times he has struggled a bit. He's a 4-pitch guy with a fastball that goes low to mid-90s. Curveball, slider, and a changeup.
Spangenberg leads off against him. That's hit well, left center field. Span can't get there. And Spangenberg, I don't know how Span caught that in the hop. Almost miraculously one-hopped it. So it's a double for Spangenberg and no more.
Ball had slice moving away from Span. There's that snag on the one hop you're talking about. If that ball gets by him with Spangenberg's speed, that's a triple. So just like that, Suarez in the stretch.
Austin Hedges has singled and walked in this game. Whoa. Called a ball. I thought it looked like a strike. That's why I'm not an umpire.
Well, Larry Vanover, you get more low strikes than you will belt high strikes. One thing about his strike zone is you do have a little width on both sides of the plate. Very seldom will you see a belt high, though.
2-0. Off the outside. Kansas City scored tonight. They had been shut out 4 straight games and for 43 consecutive innings. Right center field. High and deep. Tagging is Spangenberg. And he'll go to third. Out number 1. That was pretty well by Hedges. 1 out and a pinch hitter. Matt Caesar is going to bat for Perdomo. Kansas City finally scored in the 3rd inning tonight, and then they won the ball game. Final was 6-2 Kansas City over Tampa Bay. And they had gone 45 consecutive innings without a run.
That's hard to do.
Giants infield is in now for Caesar, the former Cub. And he curves in for a called strike.
Well, you figure at the big league level, somebody's going to run into one and hit one out of the ballpark in 45 innings.
Yeah, especially this year. This is like the all-time home run year. And got a piece of that one. A foul tip. 0-2. Another curveball. Giants already down 5-2. The Padres will be going to the bullpen for the 7th inning. Baumann, the left-hander, is heating up. The Giants will have the top of the order coming up in the 7th, so they could not afford any more scoring by the Padres here, to say the least. And Caesar does not get him home. Hundley, after checking Spangenberg in third, throws out Caesar, grabbing that ball on a bounce.
Good curveball from Suarez. He's got a good hook. I mean, that's a good strikeout pitch. Well, we saw him a couple of outings ago. He pitched 3 innings and struck out 7, and the curveball was the kill pitch a lot. Here, pitching for the strikeout with a runner at third, 1 out, he gets what he's pitching for. Hundley checks the runner at third, freezes him, and completes the play. Nice job, Suarez.
Hey, when Kipe comes back for the 7th inning, tell him I said hello.
I will.
We pass each other in the hall and changing booths, but we don't have that much time to sit and chat, you know.
Well.
And there's nowhere to sit anyway in the hall.
Good fastball, perfect location. Well, I will pass that on as we continue our broadcast in the Dick Ehrenberg booth. The Dick Ehrenberg broadcast booth.
Most of the time that he was here with the Padres, this was the booth. This used to be the home booth. And they changed that now. Check swing by Margot. Margot hit the 3-run homer, the big one, the big hit of the game. It slammed off the facing of the upper deck in left center.
Well, he goes down and golfs this fastball. And knew it when he left the box, so why wouldn't you? That was a big boy. Oakland number 13 for Margot.
Two and two.
Again, the curveball. And that curveball, it's kind of a 2-part pitch. When you throw it off of a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, it's not only does it break, but it's 76 miles an hour. It'll get you off your back foot leaning.
Three and two.
A little bit of an overthrow there.
Giants will have Span, Pence, and Parker due up in the 7th against Baumann. Back to the curve, and he walked him. Well, Margot finally decided not to swing at that curveball.
Well, I think it's your best defense on that pitch. Pablo Sandoval, I think, sensing a little frustration with the last 2 pitches from Suarez, going to go out and try and pump him up a little bit.
Margot, you see that he's got some ability, got some speed, pretty good outfielder, got some power. But then when you see what he can do, and you realize he's only 22 years old still. And the Padres think that he's got a chance to be a really good. But he's another one of their guys learning at the big league level. They got him from the Red Sox in the Craig Kimbrell trade, and they also got this guy, Carlos Asuaje, in that same trade. And Asuaje, since coming up to the big leagues this year, he's done well. He's hit .280. And that goes up a little bit right here. Base hit. They get that runner home from third. Spangenberg, it's 6-2. Margot stops at second. Second hit of the game for Asuaje, and that's a big one.
Anytime you can get an RBI with 2 outs, you can really inflict some pain on a pitcher. And that's just a gift. That's T-ball location right over the middle of the plate.
Asuaje with Johnny Washington, the first base coach for the Pods. So here is Pirela, who is 1 for 3. He had a bunt for a hit in the 3rd inning. And he had to get out of there in a hurry. One ball, no strikes. 2 on, 2 out. 6-2 Padres now. Right back to Suarez. Dwayne Kuiper will be back to take it the rest of the way as we go to the 7th. The top of the order coming up with Denard Span. 6-2 San Diego.
Summary is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Through 6 full innings of play, Giants are 2 runs on 7 hits. The Padres 6 runs on 10 hits. The big inning for the Padres was the 4th when they had a 3-run homer and a solo shot, and that has provided the difference in this game. And that is our Toyota game summary. Right now, a new pitcher for the Padres when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts. It's going to be Buddy Bowman. He's coming in for the 13th time, 0-1 of the year with a 1.13 ERA. 6-2 Padres here in the top of the 7th inning. Once again, my pal, Dwayne Kuiper.
All righty. Thank you for that introduction. And the pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes.
Hey, it's your anniversary.
On the radio side, you have to introduce yourself. Hey, Dwayne Kuiper here, bitchin' guy.
Yep.
Glad you can hear me. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, these are.
Hey, the Gamer Twins are here.
Twins. Could be triplets.
Yeah, you're right. Well, happy birthday.
When did this one start to go sideways?
Well, it kind of happened in the 4th inning. There was a leadoff home run by Jabari Blash, and Matt Moore just kind of lost concentration. He had a hit batsman, a walk,
Bunt.
a bunt that his lower body kind of forgot which bag he wanted to throw it to, and then the big 3-run bomb by Margot, and that's where we are.
Span is gone. Yeah, well, I appreciate somebody went to great lengths to do this afternoon.
Well, happy 40th anniversary.
I'm going to act like it's my 40th birthday.
40 years ago today, you hit a home run off Steve Stone.
Here's Pence. Pence is 1 for 2. It's very nice of you. Thank you.
And you'll see Steve Stone next road trip. Steve Stone, a former Giant.
I have to see if maybe he wants to do a podcast together. What do you think?
Yeah, we got to ask him.
Pence fouls it back. Nothing in 2. Parker to follow. And into center field for Margot as he drifts now into right center field.
Well, Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the San Francisco Giants. They say it right into their X1 voice remote. They get live stats on their TV. Change the way you appreciate and experience TV with Xfinity X1.
Here's Parker. Parker is 0 for 3. First pitch is inside for a ball with Pablo Sandoval on deck. With no Buster Posey, managers cannot wait to get that right-handed starter out to get all their left-handed relievers in.
Well, and we're seeing a steady diet of lefties. There's 3 lefties in this Padre bullpen. Giants just left Arizona, and there were 3 lefties in their bullpen.
And look, you got Span, you got Parker, Sandoval rough from the right side, you got Crawford, you got Panic, you got Jones. Well, I mean, why wouldn't you do that? Two balls, 2 strikes. Hit out to left. Side retired. Will Myers is going to lead things off. It remains 6-2 Padres. 6-2 lead for the Padres.
Well, the Gamer Babes are here.
They're lined up.
Well, they're trying to be patient. Giants down 4 runs.
Hey, can we get that shot again? How many are not on their phone? Okay. Actually, more than you'd think.
I think they're doing pretty good.
Yeah. We got 4 of 6. 1 with a baseball. Pretty good pitch. Pass that ball around. Uh-oh. Into the purse. Phone ringing. Yep, that's it. Phone's ringing. There's a drive to left at Parker.
Hey, they're talking about you on TV.
Yeah. Uh-oh, now there's ringing. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
The cell phone, where would we be without cell phones? We're just like that. You know you're on TV. And there's a pitch high to Solarte. Solarte is 1 for 3. Swing and a miss. So they have found those seats in right field.
Yep. They have represented out there quite well.
Yeah, there you go, girls. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. If you leave it on them long enough, they will be very entertaining.
You know what? I'll bet their moms and dads are watching. They're going, okay, good. We've seen them. We're happy. Foul back. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, there's a lot of kids that go to school down here in San Diego from the Bay Area.
Absolutely. There's a lot of choices, right?
San Diego State, UCSD, USD.
Gaslamp State. I've heard that. It's a real good one.
Yeah, that's where my kids go.
Playable. Who's it going to be? Nobody. Part of the problem was Solarte got in the way.
It is exactly something that Bruce Bochy, I'm sure, is not too happy about. But he kind of blocked off Suarez, who had the best angle to catch the pop-up. I mean, Suarez is trying to direct traffic, and you saw Huntley. I mean, he actually made contact with Solarte coming out of the box.
He did.
I mean, that was a moving screen.
It's 2-2. Pence is coming in. He's going to dive, and he's going to make the catch. Solarte's thinking, I came that close.
Yep.
Nice play, Hunter Pence.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of the play he made at Tim Lincecum's no-hitter. Sweet spot. Albert Suarez loved it. Why wouldn't you?
Solarte got the first and let out a roar. Here's Blash. I don't think I'd throw this guy any more breaking balls.
Well, he got a hanger back in the 4th, and he absolutely knew what to do with it.
One ball and 1 strike.
Good curveball.
High fastball.
So try and change the sight lines there with the fastball.
rolled foul. Two and two. Got him. See, like I said, just throw fastballs at this guy.
Those are good curves.
They're the girls. It's 6-2. At the ballpark, Friday, September 1st. It's presented by Lagunitas. You get live music, you get an opportunity to watch BP from the field, and you get a barbecue buffet with Lagunitas beverages. I want to go to this. And you get a lower box ticket to see the Giants take on the... we're going. sfgiants.com/happy hour for tickets.
Happy hour sounds pretty good.
It's time for a change. Things speedy. Oil change and auto service. Your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So Kirby Yates, the new pitcher for the Padres, split half the year with the Angels and the Padres. 50th time that he has come in. Look at the strikeouts. 70 strikeouts at 45 innings pitched against 16 walks. I mean, those are good numbers. 53 base runners allowed in 45 innings. That's a good number. How's he do it? You're going to see a low to mid 90s fastball with big time sink. More mids than lows. Hard slider and a changeup.
So Sandoval steps up. Sandoval is 0 for 2. Swing and a miss. Sandoval goes the other way, struck pretty well, and it is caught at the wall by Pirela, who may have taken a home run away from Sandoval.
He absolutely took one. Right as it gets down around the foul pole in left field here at Petco, the fence gets real short. And watch Pirela go with a high backhander. I mean, that is a home run that he absolutely took out of the home run column for Sandoval. What a beautiful play, right in the sweet spot.
So here's Crawford. Crawford is 0 for 3. Swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. Joe Panic on deck. We are in the 8th inning. And a called strike. It's 0-2.
Cates originally came up to the big leagues with the Rays back in 2014. He's always been a bullpen guy.
Crawford got a piece. And that got home plate umpire Larry Vanover.
That rocked him.
I don't know if that.
You see the piece that hangs down right at the chin of the mask. It looked like it got him right there. I mean, that's on the button. That's definitely one he'll feel tomorrow. And Larry Vanover is a guy, I mean, he's a tough guy. I mean, this got him good.
He's out. And he's holding his ear and his jaw, so it could mean that got knocked out of whack. Those foul balls come back at such a great rate of speed that we're going to have a new umpire, and this usually takes anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes. These umpires have to go back, get their gear on.
Well, there's big time concern right now. Like I say, I mean, Vanover's been around a long time. He's the crew chief. He doesn't leave a game unless he has to. Well, Giants coverage is not over after the post-game show. The McCovey Chronicles Grant Brisbee and Therese Vignal will bring you a fresh take on the game and the season on Giants Outsiders tonight after post-game live.
We had this situation, I think, in Milwaukee. And you think it's going to be a real quick turnaround, but it's not. We will take a break while we wait for this umpiring crew to get everything straightened out. It's 6-2 Padres. live at 5. Game's an hour earlier than the games last night and tonight. We'll have the game for you right at 6 o'clock, right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. And then Giants games are available to stream live on the NBC Sports app. It'd be great if you do that.
You know, you're talking about umpires when they have to come off the field and replace a plate umpire. Well, the umpire who's on the base paths, I mean, he's got to come in and he's got to change everything, because you can't wear the pants you have on if you're a base umpire if you're behind the plate. You can't get the shin guards on. You can't get the protective equipment on. So he's got to change everything. And you know, change your shoes. You've got to have the steel-toed shoes. You've got to have the shin guards, chest piece. I mean, everything's got to be put on. It's all new stuff. This is the play that got Larry Vanover out of the game. And I think he knew he was in trouble right away. Got him right on the chin. Well, you watch that replay and you wonder how he stayed standing. You know, you talk about catchers that get hit in the face. The same thing with umpires. I mean, you're not expected to get hit, so you're not bracing yourself. You're relaxed. You're concentrating on the strike zone, and all of a sudden, boom! When one lights you up, it's like getting sucker punched.
What's better, though, be relaxed or not relaxed?
It's better to be not relaxed. It's better to brace yourself, you know, so you can at least absorb some of the blow. When you're completely relaxed, I mean, your jaw gets jarred, your neck gets shocked. I mean, it's a jolt. As good as the equipment is right now, when you're talking about a 94-mile-an-hour fastball coming in on you.
You can see what he said to the trainer. He said it popped out, and then he cussed, and I don't blame him. So here we go. Rackley is going to be the home plate umpire. He was at second base.
David Rackley, and it does change the strike zone a little bit. I mean, it'd be an issue if you had one of the starters still in the game, but if you're a relief pitcher, you're going to roll with it. But Rackley's zone is very similar to that of Larry Vanover. He's a low ball guy, and you will get a little width on both sides of the plate. So it's kind of staying within the theme of the established Vanover strike zone. So a few warm-up pitches for Kirby Yates, and we should be back to playing here. So it's been about a 7-minute delay. I applaud Rackley. I mean, he's pretty good at getting, must have found a phone booth or something.
Totally agree that if you're going to make a change, make it with a young umpire who can get their shoes on faster than the older guys.
Yeah. Yeah, the old guys have to rely on the Velcro straps.
So back to Crawford at the plate with the count of 0-2. Right off the bat, Rackley's got to make a close call. 1-2.
It's got to be a bit weird for the umpire, though.
Got him. 2 down.
Change up and a good one.
Here's panic.
I mean, you think about it, as you watch the replay of perfection, can't throw a better pitch than that. That's a swing and miss pitch, and that's what he got out of it.
So here's Panic. Panic takes outside for a ball.
Umpire starts at third. He starts thinking about the plate a little bit. Second base, you build that psych up. First base, you really start to think about the next day when you're going to be behind the plate. And then when you come to be behind the plate, it's kind of like a starting pitcher. You're pumped up. All of a sudden, you're at second base tonight. You didn't have the same psych for the game that the plate umpire did. Now a guy goes down, you got to replace him. It's not an easy thing to do.
I bet they like it.
Did you ever want to umpire a game?
You know what, Mike? That would be a very, very solid no.
Yeah, I got to go with a solid no on that. Not an easy job.
I did it in Little League games and games like that, and it was too stressful for me.
Could you imagine at the big league level?
High drive to right. Flash back. Gone. Almost hit the girls.
Stay hot, Joe Panic. Home run number 9, a 2-hit night. And lit the Gamer Babes up.
6-3.
They got a little elevation. I mean, that's a hanger. You throw a breaking ball out of the plate that high, you can expect this. Elevation on contact.
Hit the girls.
Close.
So here's Hundley. Hundley takes low. Problem with umpiring, the first guy that yelled at me, I want to fight the guy. You know, didn't matter if he was 8 years old or 58.
That's it. Throw down. Yeah, you can't have thin skin or rabbit ears.
Well, I'm sure that you develop thick skin. I mean, you really have to. Unless you're Bruce Fremy, then you could just live with it your whole life. Thin skin.
He's still got thin skin.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
And you may see him now in Chicago when the Giants play the White Sox.
That would be great. I love seeing Bruce.
He's going to get on you because we call him thin-skinned. You're going to have to take the heat. I won't be there.
Hundley strikes out to end the inning. Panic sends it out to the girls in right center field. It's bye-bye baby. And oh, so close. 6-3. Padres.
Insurance Giants postgame live, highlights, reaction, and analysis, and it's all coming up for a full hour right after the game.
So it's 6-3. So here's Spangenberg, and there's a called strike. Spangenberg pops this one up to left field. Parker. One out. And here's Hedges. Hedges, 1 for 2. He lifts it out to Hunter Pence. Ball starting to carry a bit. Pence circles underneath it, 2 outs. And here's Hector Sanchez. So Sanchez, he'll hit. He started the game last night, and he went 0 for 3. And it's high. 1 ball and no strikes. He's got 3 pinch hit home runs this year.
Yeah, that's impressive. Pinch hit home run's a commodity. It really is. And it doesn't take 3 to put it in the mind of a manager that you can do it. You hit 3 pinch hit home runs, they expect you to do it.
Well, it'll keep you in the big leagues too. On the ground, it'll be Sandoval to his left. And a nice inning for Suarez. So we will head to the 9th. The Giants need 3 to tie.
Stream every NBC Sports Bay Area Giants broadcast on your desktop or mobile device. Stream on the go on the NBC Sports app.
It's a 6-3 lead for the Padres. It's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So the closer, Brad Hand, an all-star this year in the National League, comes aboard. Low to mid-90s fastball, curveball, slider. Good ones, all of them. Swing and miss type.
Facing Kelby Tomlinson. Gorkis Hernandez is on deck, and it's low. 2 balls and no strikes. Tomlinson really making a strong case for a spot on this roster next year.
Oh, he's a good player. And he can do a lot of things for you, play a lot of positions. And he can do this. He can pinch hit.
And the walk. So that's how it got started. As here's Gorkis Hernandez.
Brad Hand not happy with it. He didn't walk a lot of people. He strikes a lot of people out, but he didn't walk a lot of people.
So Gorkis steps up with nobody out and a runner on. And a strike. So it's no balls and 1 strike. Hand was a guy that was going to a lot of different places before the trading deadline, and it ended up he didn't go anywhere. Not because the Padres didn't get any offers. 0-2.
Good breaking ball. Well, if you look at the strikeout totals, I mean, for Hand in 65 2/3 innings, he struck out 87 guys. There's only been 42 hits against him. I mean, he has got exceptional stuff. And, you know, if you're a team going down the stretch, I mean, you want a left-hander that can do what he can do.
And Hernandez goes around. That's 3 pitches. That's a tough waiting around all day.
Breaking ball, and Hernandez just cannot check it. And that winds up being a rough at bat.
So here's Span. Are girls still hanging in there?
Yeah, some of them are hanging in there. I think a few of them left.
Span takes one in the dirt. There they are.
No, they're all there. Gamer babes, they don't leave early. Come on.
The Twins are still here.
Well, all they wanted was a win on their birthday. Giants going to have to rally.
You know what? They don't rally. Act like your birthday's tomorrow.
That's what I would do.
Nobody's going to know.
I think you'll have a whole week to declare your birthday.
Birthday week. Span on the ground. And he was going to be thrown out on a nice play. 2 down.
Suaje is an infielder that has exceptional range, especially to his left. And just about every game we've seen the Giants play the Padres this year, Suaje has done this. And he didn't have a great lean to the left side. I think when the runner broke, he had his right shoulder going to second base. He had to make up for this. This is really an exceptional play, given his first step wasn't to the ball. Or at least his first lean was not to the ball.
So here's Pence. And Pence, it's a high fly ball to right. And that's the ball game. So the Giants in game 2 of the series drop one to the Padres. They're now 5-10 against the Padres this year. And this was a game where the Giants had plenty of opportunities early and they could not cash in.
And it's happened to them before in this ballpark this year, where they've had an opportunity to completely put the starter away. And when the opportunity was missed, the momentum in this game swung, and it was the Padres that took advantage of it with a 4-run 4th inning, and the Giants never recovered.
Giants had bases loaded in the first. They had it loaded in the second. And in a game that took 2 hours and 38 minutes, the final here tonight, it's the Padres 6 and the Giants 3. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live starts right now.